and I'm very glad to get another opportunity to talk about this serious matter and the infliction of extra charges to people all over the country. So, Minister, you want to carry on your crusade of increasing the carbon tax to further penalise many sectors of our people all over the country, especially rural Ireland. And I say to you, Minister, you're certainly doing away more harm now than good, because I don't believe you're doing any good, only harm in government. And I was told and brought up and told that if we can't do any good for people, please don't hurt or harm them. The understanding was, in the first place, that the carbon tax was on diesel and petrol and kerosene was a measure by government to coax people away from those fuels and those type of vehicles to electric vehicles and to use electric heating in their homes. And you see, you haven't infrastructure in place. There is no infrastructure in place for electric cars, and you certainly don't have the facility to create generate extra electricity. And you have to realise that the savage global increase in the cost of fuels in the last 6 months makes fuel already more expensive than people can bear or afford. And I say to this carbon tax, in doing one iota, it has not one iota of an effect to reduce emissions. You have to realise that enough is enough, and there is a place called stop, and you have to forget about another increase in the carbon tax. This carbon tax increase will mean that car users will pay more than 10 euros more to fill their tanks. Lorrymen will pay up to 80 or 100 euros in carbon tax to fill their tanks, on top of excise and VAT. I fear this haulage industry will grind to a halt. Tractors, farmers and agri-contractors are now being asked to pay 50 to 70 euros per day in carbon tax alone to keep their tractors going, to do the vital seasonal work that has to be done to ensure the fodder supply for our animals, and that crops are sown and reaped to have food for the people of our country. From the 1st of May, home heating oil in a 900 litre tank, the carbon increase and the carbon tax that's in it already will mean people will have to pay 106 euros and 7 cents more in carbon tax in a 900 litre tank. You're saying that you're giving money back to the people. What are you giving back to the people in rural public roads? He gave money for 12 schemes out of 676 schemes. That's on a list below in Kerry, and people banging in and out of potholes and ruts and roads with tractors and cars, and that's what he gave them back out of all the other tax they're paying. You say you're giving more out in fuel allowance, but I'll say to you, but people on benefit payments don't qualify for any fuel allowance. People on job seekers benefit, illness benefit, enhanced illness benefit, occupational injuries benefit, maternity benefit, disabled benefit, a pensioner living with a cancer patient on illness benefit won't qualify for the fuel allowance. Yet you want to cripple these people further by increasing the carbon tax for heating their homes and driving their cars. Shame on you, Minister. This government has made no attempt in providing alternative energy since he started in government. He have closed down Bornemona. The cost of electricity has gone up every day. No real alternative. Only drawing coal from Russia to keep money point going. No incentives in place for private sources to supply energy to the grid. There are several options that could be explored: solar panels, and make sure that people are paid exempting tax for those. And I'm asking you to ensure, if you do open up that scheme, that he won't raid people's properties that are supplying carbon tax. He crossed the line though with the turf. He have gone far beyond the line when he suggested that people should stop cutting turf and are selling turf. It's all the same, because when you mention turf in rural Ireland, you're hurting everyone in rural Ireland. And I'm asking Sinn Féin tonight, We had a vote on carbon a couple of weeks ago. I'm asking you respectfully now to come out and vote against the carbon tax tonight and give up the cutting. One fellow saying in the Kerry radio that he's for the carbon tax, but it is against the increase. Sorry.